Good evening, race fans. Good evening, world. It's not Marky B here. It's the lesser spotted splatter, filling in as he is doing some celebratory shenanigans with his mother for her birthday. So first and foremost, a big shout out and a big happy birthday to Mama Scruffy Toff. Hope you have a wonderful day and hope your son spoils you rotten. But yes, as a result, it means you've got the Diet Coke of commentators, the Tesco's own brand, if you want. But as always, I'll try and do my best for you. It's always a bit tricky doing this solo, but we will try regardless. So, welcome to RCR Mini Challenge Season 1, Round 8. And this is coming to you from Eiger, Norrland. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but close enough. And this is going to be very interesting because it's the first of the Mini Madness races that's been done with this new physics upgrade following the GT7 update last week. And given this is a race with bop off and tuning, it should be double interesting because obviously there's going to be an awful lot of stuff shuffling around, I think, as a result of the physics changes. So I think all the guys have had to do some tweaks and some readjustments to try and maximise the potential from this one. Racing for you this evening, we have Archie Doc Brown, and let's just be clear at the start, everyone is in the Mini Cooper S65, so I don't need to specify what car they're in, all in the Mini Cooper. Archie Doc Brown, we have James, we have Spinny, we have Turbo Nova, aka Jeff, aka Captain Tango. We have MacGyver, we have Klaus the German, Wiesenberg, Pac-Man, Waka Waka Waka, The Chosen One, and finally Wilkie Bob. So nice to see a relatively packed grid. Hopefully it means that people haven't been too off-putted by the update and the changes. I certainly will be interesting to see what everyone has to say after this race as to how they feel. The general consensus has been, I think, from the majority of the hardcore GT7 community that the physics change has not gone down particularly well, and it's felt that it's made the game somewhat more arcadey and perhaps more forgiving for the likes of myself, who aren't exactly known for speed and racing prowess. I've yet to try the new physics. I've yet to have a go at it, so I can't really tell at the moment. But yes, interesting to see how this does all play out. We are currently in the middle of practice. Let's get you out on track. And to the 4 people I've just had notified as watching, good evening all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Assuming I'm not one of the drivers, he's got this stream on the background as a little de facto cheat code. You little monkeys. If you are just watching the stream, then please feel free to jump onto chat, drop a like and subscribe. Let me know if everything is coming through nice and clear. No issues, no dramas. We're getting a little bit, I wouldn't say paranoid, but there's been a lot of technical gremlins over the recent weeks. The majority seems to be caused by proliferating digital in combination with internet connectivity and lobby dropouts and lags and all sorts. It doesn't make for the most relaxing of streaming experiences, and certainly doesn't make for the most relaxing experiences for the drivers partaking. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a bit more settled. So yes, please do join on chat. I will try and keep up with comments as they come along. And just a reminder that this particular championship has ×1 on fuel and tyres. I don't know why I repeat myself on a ×1, but that's just me trying to be efficient. Although ironically, by repeating myself, that made it less efficient. Yeah. Anyway, yes, ×1 fuel and tyres, which means, for all intents and purposes, the tyre and fuel consumption is bugger all, so we don't have to worry about that. It is 2 times 20-minute races, and it will be reverse grid for the second race. So as we watch, this is the reverse layout as well. Have to wonder how these minis are going to struggle going up this very, very hilly circuit. I must admit, it's not one of my favourites. It's still comparatively new as far as the track additions go to the game. It was in, I think it's in the Spec 2 update. This one came out 18 months ago, I think it was. It's a beautiful circuit to look at and to drive on, but I have to keep this a bit quiet now because normally Scruffy would be all over this comments, given his less than favourable feelings towards VR. But this is the only race in VR, or the only circuit in VR, I do sometimes struggle with. I've been playing on VR for this pretty much from the start, so I've got, you know what, several hundred hours worth of time in VR, and I've never, since getting used to it after a sort of, you know, couple of hours, never since then have I had any kind of issues in terms of motion sickness or any discomfort until this course came along, because it's so tight and so twisty, especially going downhill or uphill in these little sections. It did make me feel just a little bit queasy. Cool, as we watch Klaus and Chosen One having a bit of a coming together. It's just practice chats, remember? But yes, one of those few occasions where VR perhaps not the best, but it makes up for it by being a beautiful circuit. So currently we are watching Chosen One, who is quite pathetically in position 1 in terms of practice time, with the best lap of 1:15.4, 2/10 ahead of Wilkie Bob, who is 1.7 seconds clear of Klaus Zergian in third. So we are still relatively early in this session, so people are still finding their feet, and again, I don't know how much time they've had to practice and adjust their setups following the physics change. Fast Ginger, hello sir! Thank you for coming on and keeping me company as I'm doing this all by myself. And I apologise, that's the last time I'll ever try and do any kind of karaoke on here, because I can actually hear Labradors outside now howling away at that, because it was horrendous. So, we have just started quali. This track welcomes contacts from Fast Ginger. I have to think that maybe contact is, yeah, inevitable. Oh, Wilkie Bob with a lovely drift around the corner there, chucking that mini. Look at the smoke coming off those tyres, being tortured. Good job there's no tyre wear on, otherwise that could be literally half of the rubber gone at this that corner alone. So Wilkie Bob leads the way in quali with a 1:15.7. What's going on here? I've got Wilkie Bob in first, Spinny in second, but Spinny's ahead. Oh, I love it when these numbers are working well. Weissenberg just gone purple. I must have just clicked on the wrong person when they went over the line, because it's just mucked up the positions. We've got James in fourth, but he's also got Klaus in sixth ahead of him. Brilliant stuff. Apologies, I'm just jumping between the YouTube stream, trying to check that out, make sure it's all okay, and getting back here. Like I say, it's a little bit tricky sometimes doing this solo, because you've got to juggle various things. So hopefully make sure it's running okay. So irrespective of the fact that it's got people in different positions on track versus to what's actually in the deltas and the times, just run with it. But it's 5 minutes of quali, so we're about to finish now, so this will be the final lap for all concerned. Oh, thank you Fast Ginger for confirming. So has anyone finished yet? No, I think everyone has managed to. Oh no, Pac-Man Waka 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 has finished. I think everyone else is on their final lap. So let's go around in sequence. Oh, Chosen One goes very wide. God, he needs sunglasses for that particular livery there, Chosen One. Beautiful chrome effects. It's hurting my eyes. My eyes, my eyes, my beautiful eyes. Chosen One is 1.5 tenths now to the good. Is he going to get a little bit of a toe coming up the hill, this twisty bit? This is the bit I mentioned, slightly nauseating in VR. As it comes to the line, what's it going to be? He stays, oh no, just a little bit down, 3 tenths in the end. And that's it. So, quali done and dusted, kibbers and custard. In first, the Chosen One, with a best lap of 1:15.6. I think actually 1:15.4 was the best in practice, I believe. So still maybe some little bit pace left to find. In second, Turbo Nova, aka Jeff, with a best lap of 1:15.6. Weissenberg, 1:15.7 in third. Wilkie Bob, also 1:15.7 in fourth. Spinny, 1:15.8 in fifth. Archie Doc Brown in sixth with a 1:15.9. MacGyver in seventh with a 1:16 dead-ish. James in eighth with a 1:16.2. Klaus the German in ninth with a 1:16.9, and finally Pac-Man Waka 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 with a best lap of 1:17.4, looking like he might be struggling a little bit at the moment. But I have to say, considering all the stuff going on with the physics changes and they having to adjust their tunes accordingly, this is still closer than I imagined, which is good to see, and hopefully it means some good racing. So that is your starting lineup, ladies and jelly spoons. We will wait for the race to commence. And with perfect timing, it's almost like someone's listening, isn't it? The race is about to start. 20 minutes, remember, and it's a grid start with a full start check. So, handbrakes on, ladies and gents. Yes, yes, we can hear you. Five lights. And away we go. Chosen one gets away well. Oh, but it looks like Jeff's got away better. And indeed does take him on the inside. Captain Tango on the rear. Lovely to see. Chosen one is already right back in his slipstream of what there is in these minis. It's hard to know. Weissenberg in third in the stealthy charcoal black livery. Look at the drift on that! Oh, these must be such a lot of fun to throw around. Wilkie Bob in fourth. Archie Doc Brown in fifth. Just a little ways behind. James in sixth. Oh dear, has already got a penalty. Not sure where he's got that picked up from. Loving the decals on the back there, James. Referencing to Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoot. Nice work, my friend. Spinney in seventh. Are we looking to take advantage of James's penalty when he serves it? Is it going to be now? Indeed it is. Nips out of the slip and goes on through to take sixth. Klaus is a German in eighth. Eiger has lost a few places and he's down in ninth. And Pac-Man Waka 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 is down in 10th, has already seemed to suffer at the start of this. He's already 2 seconds down behind 9th place, so hopefully he can settle, start to get some decent times in. He's put on the back of his car Captain Slow. I think that's a bit unfair. You're definitely not slow, mate. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, Jeff, what's happened there? Oh, chosen one, Jeff. Coming together there. Didn't quite catch it in time. Looked like Jeff had gone in deep. Interesting one. That could be one for the stewards after the race. So as a result of that, Weissenberg goes into the lead. 7 tenths ahead of Chosen One, now down to second. We've got, it's like fire and ice, yin and yang. We've got this sparkly, beautiful, chrome bedecked livery that is impossible not to see. Chasing oh goodness me, Weissenberg. Again, another fantastic drift around the corner. Chosen One went very, very wide, clattered into the barrier. Yeah, maybe because like Weissenberg is completely black, it's like stealth. It's like the stealth mini. Couldn't see him. Even on this nice bright sunny day in the middle of Switzerland. It is Switzerland, isn't it? Was it Norway? I can't remember. Geography is not my strong point, folks. Apologies. Oh, Chosen One try and make a move down the inside. replay on that one. Ooh, that's... not sure on that. So, Chosen One back now into first place, currently with the fastest lap of 1:15.6. Wilkie Bob now, as a result of some of this toing and froing, has managed to get up to second. 3/10 down. Chosen One again, going very, very wide. I mean, is he trying to do a bit of wall riding there? Not sure that's going to get you much advantage because it's such a wide corner. But what do I know? These guys are really throwing these cars around. This twisty old circuit. Archie Doc Brown now in third, Spinney in fourth. Klaus is up into fifth. Matt the Guy there is up into sixth. Jeff, after his tangle, is down to seventh, and will now be fighting his way back up through. He's had another incident somewhere because he's got some damage to the front of that car. Pac-Man now up to 8th. Weissenberg is now in 9th, and James also has had some sort of altercation or off somewhere. Finds himself now down in 10th, but it doesn't take much to change around on these minis. It can change at the drop of a hat. Let's go back to the broadcast mode. It's quite nice. Let's watch Chosen One go around again. Takes that very, very wide each time. He's not wall riding, no. It's not like I can tell. So that's obviously what he feels is the optimum line through there. And frankly, seeing as he's got the fastest lap, that would suggest that he's more right than I am. Wilkie Bob now in second. Archie Doc Brown third, Spinney in fourth, and this is a bit of a gap now to the mid-pack with Klaus, Jeff, Matt, Pac-Man and Weissenberg. I said the mid-pack, that's virtually the rest of the field. Oh, good evening, Kiki Watt. Matt, take out Chosen One for me. That's not quite the spirit of the race, Kiki Watt. But thank you for the comment nonetheless, and for joining and taking your time to watch these shenanigans on a Monday evening. You have to say, I mean, look at that gorgeous view. Is it anyone that people crash here because they're too busy looking at this spectacular scenery? Makes you want to have a nice big fat Toblerone, doesn't it? And for those of you that know me, no, that wasn't a euphemism either. I genuinely do like Toblerone though. Bizarrely, and anyone on chat wants to agree with me or disagree with me on this, for some reason Toblerone is the same thing as like Cadbury's buttons, in the fact that size very much matters. The larger Toblerone tastes much better than the smaller Toblerone, even though it's the same stuff, it's the same chocolate, but because it's in a bigger chunk, a bigger portion, somehow it tastes better. And it's the same thing with Cadbury buttons. There used to be little tiny small packets of those buttons, and then when they made the giant buttons, somehow they taste better. I don't know why, it doesn't make sense to me. That's my opinion and I'm sticking with it. Anyway, we'll go back to the front, and we've got Chosen One still now in first place, maintaining these 115s. It's got a nice healthy lead now ahead of Wilkie Bob. Just 2 seconds. Archie Doc Brown has got Spinney close on his tail. And the way their liveries are, they're both very, very retro. It's almost like they're they're related somehow. Got this lovely retro number plate on the back of Archduke Brown. A sort of classic black and, you say, cream, magnolia. And then Rob with a classic racing green. Beautiful stuff. These guys always do sterling work on the livery front. Eiger Norvand is a fictitious track. Sorry, I'll try that again without the Sean Connery stutter or whatever it was. A fictitious track is what I was trying to say. And I have to wonder, apologies for my health and safety brain kicking in, if they would actually allow races around here with these enormous drop-offs and very little in the way of sufficient barriers around the track. There are some barriers there, but I mean, look at that, it's just like bits of bloody 2x4 fence post. That's not going to stop anyone from driving off into the abyss. I shall have to go over there and do a risk assessment. And then we promptly kicked out for being a boring old square. So, spinning right on the back of Archduke Brown. Let's just watch him for a moment. Let's get inside the car. Look at it from Spinny's point of view. To hug those tight lines to maximise the straight line speed. Fast Ginger, have you seen Pikes Peak? Actually, no, I've never seen Pikes Peak. I know of it. It's very similar to the Goodwood Hill Climb. I believe it is a hill climb circuit. I'm guessing from what you're saying there, it's yeah, you take your life into your own hands if you attempt that one. Hard brakes here. It's a very difficult section to do right because you can easily get on the grass and unsettle the car. It's the maximum amount of speed you've got for this course, and it's so tight coming into this little sequence of hairpins. Again, Spinny's getting so close, but not close enough. Archduke Brown keeps that third place. That lovely interior, classic Mini. Spinny keeps it again nice and tight, but can't get close enough. He is 2 cents up on his fastest lap. Spinny going for a tight inside line for this corner. Seems to be quite a bit of difference in whose approach for that corner. Does it? I mean, it's explained in the fact that the setups are different, even though the times are close. The setups are different, so they wanted to find their optimum line as best they can. Spinny there with a very tight line compared to, should we say, the chosen one. So let's go back to the front and see if anything's changed here. Chosen one, still 2.5 seconds ahead of Wilkie Boop. Archduke Brown in third, as we know, with Spinny keeping him close company. And then really, there's a big gap now back to McGaver in fifth, 10 seconds down the road, leading this little pack. Well, really the rest of the field. Weissenberg now in sixth. Takes that first corner wide to get a better cutback exit, pick up more speed. Okay, just look at the view, look at those lovely mountains. Beautiful. Klaus in seventh. Pac-Man, Waka Waka Waka, now in eighth. James now in ninth, and Jeff has obviously had some sort of incident again on the previous lap of 128.6. Not sure what's happened there. Oh, James has gone full on Tokyo drift. Oh, I think we're going to have a replay on that one. That was A beautiful drift. Not sure if it's really helped him at all, but it certainly looked good. Look at that. Tyres screeching away in agony. Oh, Jeff now trying to make a move. Let's just watch this from Jeff's perspective. Tries to go out wide. Look for maybe a cut back on the inside, but no joy there. Same thing through a turn. It must be frustrating when you're so close to the car in front and you just literally want to put your foot down and there's not that much that really comes out of the engine on these things. If it's flat to the floor, or your triggers flush to the controller, and there ain't much happening. But that is the joy and the challenge of championships like these minis. Something a bit different to the norm. So it looks like Jeff is going to have another go. This time James doesn't do quite as a dramatic and flamboyant drift. Better for him, and but less so for the viewing public, who no doubt like to see these things. Jeff going again deep into the corner here. Oh, James has gone deep, come through it, and then Jeff's just held back. Oh, but James has got bare axe going up the hill. This is very tight here. Is Jeff going to hold it here now? 10 watching. Good evening all. So as we come to the final, just under 5 minutes left of this, over 3/4 race distance, you can see tyre wear is negligible, as you'd expect. Oh, Jeff has gone very wide there, but again that's, I think, his line to take. Seen a few people take that line. We'll come back to that one later. Again, we'll have a rundown. Chosen one, now 3 seconds in front. Looking like he's definitely found his rhythm. He's been sticking quite solidly to the 115s. Wookie Bob, 2.7 seconds down in seconds. Archie Doc Brown in third. Spinny in fourth. Go 8 seconds down the road in fifth. Weissenberg sixth. Klaus has picked up a 1 second penalty. Not sure where the penalties are on this one. That's Tina and her track limits. Is Pac-Man Waka 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 going to go through as results? Let's have a check. You think a 1 second penalty would give more advantage there, but there's just so little grunt from these minis that yeah, it's only got him closer, but not enough to take the place. And for anyone that is wondering, that fuel is low, please refuel flashing red banner that comes up on screen. That is a long-standing glitch with running these strings in the broadcast. For some reason it just comes up and there doesn't seem to be any way to get rid of it, unless you're doing these things professionally and have access to all the fancy bells and whistles that PD no doubt give to the GT7 World Series, because they don't have it flashing up. So Jeff is now on the back of this little threesome, and yes, you normally have to pay double for that kind of action. We have a yellow flag. Can we see who's had a moment? Or someone just gone wide? Not sure. So Jeff will be watching this pair up front and look to see if he can take advantage, maybe get a 2 for 1. Buy one, get one free. Oh, is it going to be a Moses? Oh, I thought that might for a minute be a Moses manoeuvre drift through the middle of the both, and that would have been absolutely epic if he'd been able to pull that off. Sadly, this isn't the Fast and the Furious, so no chance of that there. But good effort nonetheless. Also gives James a chance to catch up. So now we've got this this four-way fighting for 7th place. Oh, Pac-Man has gone on the inside. Klaus though switches back. All very easy to do around here. It's very much a case of trying to get the optimum line through the hairpins. Keep it tight, and you get a slower exit. Keep it wide, it takes longer, but you get a better exit coming out to the next corner. At least in theory. So yeah, Pac-Man has now lost out. He's down in 9th. And oh! It's just... What happened there, my friends? He just caught the grass. Oh, unfortunately that was all it took. Bad luck, Simon. Easily done. And nearly missing the end. We are on the final lap. Chosen One comes to take victory in race 1 for this evening. Well done, the Chosen One. Wilkie Bob in 2nd. Archie Brown rounds out the podium. Spinning in 4th, couldn't find a way past. Weissenberg decides to try and take out some marshals, who didn't flinch, obviously didn't see him coming, as everybody else did in the stealth mini. Klaus is a German, finishing 7th. Jeff in 8th. James in 9th. And Pac-Man coming through to finish as well. Fast Ginger, I think they've overdone it with the off-track physics. Yes, I gather that the off-track grip reduction and the ability to get back on the track is now even harder than what it was, which was always difficult enough in the first place. You tend to sort of spin around like a bloody top. They made it even worse, then that's horrendous. So, results for race 1. In first, the Chosen One with a best lap of 1:15.3. Second, Wilkie Bob, 1:15.7 best lap. Archie Duck Brown rounding out the top 3, best lap of 1:15.8. Spinney in 4th, 1:15.6. Wiesenberg, 1:15.9. McGaver in 6th with a best lap of 1:15.8. Klaus the German, best lap of 1:16.5. Terminova, Jeff, best lap of 1:15.7, finishing in 8th. James in 9th, best lap of 1:16.3. And finally, Pac-Man, Waka Waka Waka, Simon, best lap of 1:16.8. So that is it for race 1. Pac-Man has left the room. Either he's forgotten there's a second race to do, or maybe he feels that this isn't one for him to to do the return and has decided to drop out. But either way, we will have to wait for a moment whilst our dear host Spinney resets the grid for race 2. Previously we've had to exit out of the lobby, restart with a new lobby to try and counter some of these technical gremlins we've been having, but from what Spinney says, hopefully that seems to have been fixed from the recent update, because the last couple of race evenings we've had to change and do manual grids, there hasn't been that dropout. So fingers crossed, I haven't jinxed anything by mentioning it, and we shall see. But Spinney, if you're listening, I'm going to take us a second just to go and use my facilities, because I'm getting old and my bladder can't take it. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, apologies viewers, thank you for being with me. That's a lot better. The last thing anyone wants to hear on stream is me pissing myself, so thank you for allowing me to take a moment. Spinny is still just resetting the room with the grid for race 2. Oh, Pac-Man has joined the room, fantastic. Simon, I think maybe yes, just forgot that there was a second race. Bless him. Let's have a quick chat, catch up on the chat. So yes, we've mentioned the physics on off track. Fast Ginger, the race on Saturday, my left rear just touched the grass and I spun out as if it was completely wet. Right, yes, exactly. I mean, this is all that's happened with Pac-Man there. Just like a little touch onto the grass was enough. Again, it's rear-wheel drive cars, so you'd expect them to be more unforgiving, shall we say, but not so much that it becomes unrealistic, you think. This is the mountains, so typically it's going to be a little bit on the damp side. But I'm not sure that's enough to really account for that level of off-track action. Sorry, excuse me, I just had a burp there as well. Get all my bodily functions out of the way now before the start of the next race. That's what all the professionals do, isn't it? Actually, I don't know that. I mean, the F1 commentators, they obviously have to do that for a good couple of hours. Do they get a chance to just go off and have a quick pee if they need to? Does someone, some sort of production assistant just bring them like a bottle so they can relieve themselves halfway through a commentary stream? I don't know. Well, that's one to ask Brundle next time if I get onto one of his grid walks. That's what I'll ask him. Chances are very slim, let's be fair. So again, we're just waiting for the new grid. And anybody else watching on the stream this evening, 9 watching, good evening. Anyone else wants to jump into the chat and say hello? Would be most appreciated. And for anyone that is new to RCR, to the Discord, to the YouTube, please, 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 if you haven't already, do drop a like, drop a subscribe. Would mean the world to us. 60. How many we got? It won't tell me here. That's a shame. 66, 67, I think, were subscribed last time I checked. Thank you to everyone for doing so. Just remember, when we get to 69, I will start snogging like the child that I am, for obvious reasons. And when we get to 250 subscribers, that is the point where the Scruffy Toff, aka Marky B, has promised to do some sort of celebratory special stream in his birthday suit or some sort of compromised state. Leave it to him to decide exactly what that entails. And shout out as well to our second missing mate, the legend, the GOAT, that is Spiffy G. I know he's been suffering with a few ailments and bits and pieces recently, so he's been less able to join in with the racing and join in with the commentary, which is always a shame because he is always missed. We've gone down to 6 now, watching viewers dropping like flies. Was it something I said? Here we go. Race 2, about to get underway. So reverse grid, as we said, so that means Pac-Man will be out in the lead. Let's just reverse back into the field a bit. We'll start from this viewpoint for this one. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, handbrakes on, and away we go. So James has the inside line for turn 1, but Simon, Pac-Man, has held that well to keep the position. Just another one that goes for this wide outside line before cutting in. Just because I think it does certainly look to get a bit more speed on the exit. Oh, James there, it's gone for a move down the inside. Late on the brakes, jumps up in the inside. I'm not sure if Simon knew he was there and has lost out. It's now down in 4th. MacGyver now right on his tail. Spinney in 6th, Archie Duck Brown 7th, Wookie Bob in 8th, Heisenberg 9th, and Chosen One. Oh, Heisenberg's gone wide! What happened there? Was there a touch? Was there a tap? I don't think so. No, I think literally just catching the grass, but managed to hold it in, didn't seem to lose too much time, which could have been a lot worse. It has meant he's down in the rear, now 6 seconds off the lead, 2.5 off of 9th place, so he's got some time and some spaces to make up. Meanwhile, James has managed to keep that position out now in the lead. Klaus in seconds, with Jeff right on his tail. Pac-Man has now settled into 4th. Archie Duck Brown half second behind. Eiger in 6th. Wookie Bob is very, very close and wants to make a move. Sorry, spinning on Wookie Bob, I should say. Back of it. Oh no, Wookie Bob, Wookie Bob, Wookie Bob. Let's just watch this one. Just catches that bit. It seems to be that particular area. You catch the grass, it doesn't take much to unsettle these minis on that section, because effectively they are going flat out. Let's put Wookie Bob now down into 10th, last place, damage to the front as well. Moves Wiesenberg up to 9th. The Chosen One in 8th. Spinney now 7th. MacGyver 6th, and it's really starting to bunch up in this little mid-pack. Archie Duck Brown in 5th. Pac-Man in 4th. Jeff 3rd. Klaus 2nd. James has now got some breathing room at the front, 2 seconds ahead. So he'll look to consolidate this one now. And hope that everyone else behind gets too caught up in defending their position. MacGyver now, looking to make a move. Archie Doc Brown, as we come into that really tricky start of the sequence of hairpin corners. It's not a sequence I enjoy. There's sequences of corners in the game that are really enjoyable to do. For me, this isn't one of them. Hairpin followed by hairpin followed by hairpin followed by hairpin. Yeah. It's a bit like the corner equivalent of nails down a chalkboard. It just it doesn't give me a warm fuzzy feeling. It's quite the opposite. But it's horses for courses. I'm sure some people love those corners, love this track. MacGyver got a little bit untidy, I think, in that last corner, and has left a bit of room there for Spinny to close on up. Indeed, he kind of goes for a dive down inside, but no. Might just be wanting to give him something to look at. Chosen one going very wide again. Well, physics change or no physics change, certainly there hasn't been much in the way of change in terms of the close racing. We're still getting a lot of that here. Everyone is pretty close together. Spinny getting closer and closer to MacGyver now. Oh no, indeed, MacGyver just clipped the inside as he went round. Spinny takes it down the inside, holds it well. I think we'll have to get a replay on that one. Yeah, MacGyver just literally I think just clipped the front, took it a bit wide, and that gave Spinny all the opportunity to get into the inside, but in the period of actually doing the replay there, MacGyver's actually just managed to get it back, but Spinny's going again. Oh! I think Spinny knew as a bit touch and go, and it's held back. Let's just have a look at that one again. Yeah, there wasn't much of a gap there, so I think that's why Spinny held back. We've also lost Weissenberg. I know recently Weissenberg's had some issues with his internet connection. He's had a dropout, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. So I wonder if maybe the same thing's happened. Chosen one going very wide there. And that's allowed Spinny to get up the inside. So we're down to 9. Fast and Furious. James then, now 3 seconds to the good out in front. And you have to say at this point, we're just shy of half race distance. This is looking like it's his to lose. He just needs to keep it clean and tidy, keep it on the black stuff, avoiding the desire to those flamboyant Tokyo drift style drifts around this corner. But look at that, he's barely smoking the tyres. Clean and smooth, like a strip teaser's vagina. Sorry, that's disgraceful. I couldn't think of an analogy and my mind immediately went to filth. I apologise. Moving on. Jeff now in second has managed to get ahead of Klaus. And he's got Archie Doc Brown looking to take that final podium position. Very, very close between these three. And again, that's going to be music to James's ears, if he's listening, if he can hear it, or presumably see it. Well, he runs in VR, so he won't see it on the times. He'll just be looking at his mirrors. Yeah, all the whilst these guys are battling away, not really having much opportunity to close the gap. Oh, Archduke Brown, a little nibble on the outside of Klaus. Couldn't get anything out of it. Oh, and indeed, Archduke Brown suffered out there, clattering the wall on the way out of the corner. That's putting him back into the clutches of Pac-Man. And oh, that seems to be a popular place to try and jump ahead, but it's sort of jumped down the inside, but it's such a tight closing gap on the apex, and fair play to Simon. He immediately saw that that was possibly a little bit optimistic and backed straight off. Well played, sir. Does unfortunately mean that's put him to the back of the grid. But as we always say, and we like to encourage, if in doubt, return the place. Mistakes happen. None of us are professionals doing this. Myself, I certainly am not a professional doing this. It's all too easy to try and go for a gap and not get it quite right. So fair play to anyone that recognises that and backs out, as Pac-Man demonstrated just there. James then, 3.3 seconds in front now. Jeff in second. Captain Tango. Hopefully the orange bat phone won't be ringing anytime soon to call him to clear up some debris on a track somewhere, as he is the marshalling equivalent of well, whatever a superior marshal is. King Marshal, Great Marshal, First Marshal, I don't know. Lead Marshal. Klaus in third, Spinny in fourth, Archduke Brown in fifth. Chosen One has been slowly working his way up. He's now got up to sixth place. And indeed has gone purple. Again, takes a shallow line in with a wide exit out. A little bit of contact with the barrier. I mean, it doesn't look like it's long enough for wall riding. It's just his line. Wookie Bob at the moment with a best lap of 1:15.6. It's the fastest. So a few tenths to go to beat, I think, Chosen One of the first race was a 1:15.3, if memory serves, as a best lap. He was purple, he was then blue. Let's see if that's making any difference here. Nope. So it is a best lap for him, but it's still not close to Wookie Bob's. Eiger in seventh, Wookie Bob in eighth, and has picked up a penalty. Having the best one at the moment. He's also gone purple, which must be quite easy to get purple down this downhill section, because you're invariably taking advantage of what little toe there is in the car in front. A little bit of extra speed. So the gap is now closing between James and Jeff. Now down to just over 2 seconds. Jeff seems to have just picked up the pace a little bit. It's just gone into 1:15s. 1:16.1 the last lap. We are into the last quarter of this race, just coming up to 5 minutes to go. Is it going to be enough to give an opportunity to get on the back of James's car and challenge for the win? We shall see. Klaus 1.7 seconds back in third. Spinny closing down in fourth, just 3 tenths down. be salivating at the prospect of a podium here. And indeed has gone very deep into that sweeping left-hander. Arched up Brown, Chosen 1 and MacGyver 5th, 6th and 7th, but again we've got a penalty. Chosen 1, MacGyver right behind him. Is it going to be enough to actually gain a place? Just got these next 2 hairpins to go and then he'll be serving a penalty. So let's see if Matt does indeed go through. I would assume he would. You know what to say, the assumptions are the mother of all. So yeah, MacGyver does go through into 6th. Wookie Bob now in 8th. Pac-Man, Waka 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 in 9th. As they've been changed to the fronts. 2 seconds dead is the gap now. But James responded to the call and is just gone purple in that first sector, 3/10 up, with no cars in front to try and take advantage of a tow. So that's pure pace. He's 1/10 up on this sector. Jeff is just, nibbling away, 10th by 10th in this late stage. But is he going to run out of time and run out of road before getting close to the back? Typically speaking in GT7, I think it's pretty much you've got to be within a second of the car in front to get any advantage of slipstream. Really couldn't tell you how much slipstream there is in these cars, regardless of where you are behind the car in front, but I assume there is still some. 1.4 seconds now. I just want to look back on this one because we've got a little battle going on here between 3rd, 4th and 5th. Everyone's keen on that last podium position. Klaus currently leading the way, but he's under pressure from Spinney. Archie Duck Brown. Archie Duck Brown again taking that wide outside line. Spinney's tyres squealing away. Two minutes 30 left on the clock. So enough for 2 more laps. That's very wide around that one. Really got to concentrate on this one because it's so easy to take different lines around these corners. You're going to have eyes like a hawk in the back of your head, trying to keep tabs on where everybody is. Meanwhile, MacGyver 6th, Chosen 1 7th. Wookie Bob in 8th, and Pac-Man Waka 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 bringing up the rear. Hopefully still enjoying his time with us as a relative newbie, but a pleasure having him join our league. Nice reference to the Italian job on the side of his car there, which is very fitting given the location, the era, the cars. Good stuff. So back out in front. Oh, the gap is now down to just over a second. James under a little bit of pressure, but there's 1 lap to go. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Jeff is going to have to come from a long way back. So if any chance of a move, it doesn't look like it's on. So let's just watch this as they go around for the last time. Jeff really trying everything. Torturing those tyres, trying to get some extra grip. If anyway it's going to happen, it's going to be around about here. Try and make some time up in these twisty hairpins, but it just doesn't look like there's going to be enough. Maybe another couple of laps. Jeff might have been on the back of him. Maybe James is just driving with himself, just trying to keep it clean and tidy, not overdoing anything, knowing he's got the pace. And indeed he's going to come up to the checkered flag to win race 2. Jeff close behind, 8/10 back. Good effort trying to catch up there. Spinny did get that last podium position. Apologies, we've missed something going on there because Klaus has now gone right back down to 8th. Archduck Brown finishing in 4th, MacGyver in 5th, Chosen One 6th, Wilkie Bob in 7th, and the rest I'll have to do on the rundown because I've run out of time. So, RCR Mini Challenge Season 1 Round 8, Race 2. Winner is James with a best lap of 1:16.0. Couldn't quite squeak into the 1:15s, James, but was consistent nonetheless to take that win. Turbonova, aka Jeff, aka Captain Tango, in second, just dipping into the 1:15s with a best lap of 1:15.978. Spinny rounding out the top 3, best lap of a 1:15.7. Archduck Brown, 1:15.8 in 4th. MacGyver in 6th with the best lap of 1:16.0. The Chosen One finishing 6th, 1:16.7 for him. Wilkie Bob in 7th with a 1:15.6. That's the fastest lap of the evening. Fastest lap of this particular race. Cracking lap there, Wilkie Bob. Klaus, the German, sadly having some sort of issue on that last lap. Was 3rd/4th and now finishing in 8th with a best lap of 1:16.2. Backman, Waka Waka Waka, finishing in 9th, best lap of 1:16.5. And finally, Weissenberg did not finish, possibly due to a dropout. Best lap of him this evening was a 1:15.7. Well done, everybody. So, that is it for this evening. I'm just going to jump across to the other chat. Yes, Spinny, I'm just trying to give my spiel out to say that I'm going to move across to the other room so I can do the interviews. I haven't forgotten, don't worry. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Right. I'm going to leave that open so I can know who was doing what. Let's just jump across to the other chat. I say other chat, I'm not on the chat with anybody, I'm on my own.
Hang on.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Splatter.
Hello.
You are live on Channel 4. Please do not
Please
swear.
don't swear. Fuck.
At least, well, in my direction, you can do at least.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we've actually got stuff to talk about this evening because I'm very curious to see how everyone's got on with the new physics and having to muck around with the settings. So let's crack straight on. Do we have James on?
Yeah.
Evening, James. We'll crack on with you first as you won that second race. How did you find it this evening after all the shenanigans with the update?
It's still a shit car, and Tango's still the fastest.
Well, I mean, that, at least it's honest, but, shit car regardless. What did you have to do to change your approach this evening in terms of the setup? Anything?
Somebody made me angry in race 1, and I delivered in race 2.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, yes, obviously in true commentator's fashion, didn't see all the incidents, but there were, again, some incidents that looked a bit interesting, to say the least. Optimistic could be the word, but fair enough. Well done for your victory this evening in that race too, James. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Next. Oh, I've just taken now down the finishing order. Jeff.
Evening.
Hello. Eventful couple of races for you this evening.
Yeah, so first race I went maximum horsepower and maximum weight, and and because I had all the weight at the front, it was just undrivable. As soon as you braked, it spun.
Right, so because I did see, I can't remember who it was. Everyone seemed to want to go into that first hairpin at the bottom of the hill. That seemed to be the classic place to try and get past people. So it was, obviously brake deep, go in late, and take that apex. But it looked very difficult to actually pull that one off.
Yes, yeah. There's only one line into there. If you slightly off of it, it just unsettles the rear end and you spin.
Yeah.
But yeah, second race I went for minimum power and minimum weight, and it was much nicer to drive.
Yeah, you certainly seem to be catching James at the end there. It was a couple more laps. It could have been quite interesting as a finish goes, but James managed to just keep a little bit of a gap out for you.
Yeah, obviously I was battling with Klaus for quite a long time.
Sure.
Managed to actually get round the outside of him at pit exit. So literally went all the way around. Just about made it stick. And then it was a case of getting my head down and chase James, but he was already 3.5 seconds down the road. So
yeah,
I think it got to 8 tenths, but yeah.
It was for a long time. That was
James.
The three of you were battling away for those podium places, and James was just merrily away in front, probably enjoying the breathing room. Really,
I wouldn't say merrily.
I'm trying to be optimistic here. It's you've just been enjoying the scenery as you bimble on round. Lovely.
There's a fucking sweat in me chair.
Well, nice to know you're putting the effort in, mate. Honestly, I mean that's what we want to see. Fantastic. But no, well done, Jeff. Cracking second race there, mate. Moving on to Spinny.
Hello.
Sneaking in with the podium there at the end. Good stuff.
Yes, yeah. Quite
How did you find it?
That was all right. Not too bad. It's disappointing that the updates screwed with the PP so much. I don't know how it suddenly puts 20 odd PP on it, but there we are. Fucking PD idiots. But
yes. It's not gone down very well. It's the consensus.
No, and yeah, the whole just when it starts understeering, just turn a bit more and keep your foot in. It's just not how you should be driving, is it? But it seems to be the only way to make the front wheel drives work. It's ridiculous.
As in to basically make it more arcadey and just turn the wheel and.
Which it just it's bollocks, isn't it? It's but there we are.
What do you feel as though it's taken away a bit of the nuance of the driving experience with this?
Yeah. It's not quite. Yeah, it has. That sort of. I mean, it was never a true simulator, obviously, but it felt more like a real car before.
Yeah.
This update than it does now, and it sort of responded a bit more like a real car at least. But yeah.
Well,
there we are.
It's going to be interesting to see how people adapt, if they choose to adapt, or if we start.
Yeah.
I say we. I mean collectively, as in the game GT7, it starts losing people left and right.
If they choose to adapt, or if we start.
I say we. I mean collectively, as in the game. Has someone got the stream in the background? If they wouldn't mind muting it, please.
Yeah, please. Or muting your mic, one or the other. But yeah,
If they wouldn't mind muting it, please.
I don't know who it is. Right, hang on, let me see.
You're getting terrible feedback from somebody.
Yeah, that's
there we go.
ridiculous.
Okay, there we go.
James.
That's
I
right.
think it's yours, James. Can you mute, please?
Just muted. That's fine.
Thank you. Cheers. So yeah, but the result was good. I was pleased with the result.
No, it was third place. It was, you spent a long time battling in there between second, third, and fourth.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
managed to sneak it through in the end. No, well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's all right.
Thank you.
And Archie Doc Brown, are you on, sir? No. We have, who's next? We've got MacGyver. My mate Matt, how are we, sir?
Hey, Rob, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing all right.
And same question to you as well then. How are you finding these changes with the physics? Are you a fan? Are you not? Has it made things easier, worse?
It's a great new racing excuse for me. I was running low. I've always been slow in these, so it's kind of par for the course. It seems like I'm right about where I was anyways. So, but there's definitely some nuance to figuring out the new cheat code of minus 48 and plus 27 and whatever BS that the game. So the game glitches out, and obviously a few folks have figured it out. So I just got to play with it some more.
Fair enough. Looked like you had a couple of, I would say, less than problematic races compared to some of the others in the evening today. But one thing I wanted to ask somebody, I'm going to ask you as we're now chatting, there seemed to be a lot of difference in the racing lines being taken on this course. Like the sweeping left-hander, for example, right at the sort of the bottom of the first hill, as it were. We had some people taking it quite tight, which looked like you had a slower exit, and others taking a very, very wide line to get a better run towards the bottom of the hairpins. What was your take on that one? Just curious to me.
Yeah, my first bit, Rob, agree with you too. Like there was a lot of spots where you could really, I think probably most of the problems that happened on track was just people on different braking zones and race lines. But I was taking that tight initially and letting it pitch out and then trying to catch it. But near the end there, I started just kind of trail braking, trying to take it a bit smoother. That seemed to get me purples through the first couple sections until I got into that next section, which I couldn't get right. But so smooth worked best for me near the tail end for speed.
Sure.
But
yeah, it looks, at least from my perspective, watching it, I'm not sure if anyone really could say they categorically nailed the optimum line through the track, other than the fact that everyone had
was pretty fast there, for sure.
Their chosen lines. Yeah, fantastic. Well done on your results this evening, though, mate. Thanks for joining as always.
Thanks for streaming, Rob. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Klaus, you're on, good buddy.
Hello.
Hello. So, I didn't actually catch it on the stream. What happened on the last lap on race 2? Because you were second at one point, and then, unfortunately, you ended up back in 8th. So, do I need to get the chaise lounge out? Do you need to sort of lie down and confess and everything else? Or
No, not really. I just dicked it.
is that the technical term?
As you probably know, yeah, technical term is dicked it.
Fair enough.
Coming into that turn a bit too wide, you hit the brakes a bit too hard, and your car just does a 90-degree turn to the right.
Right.
Ended up sliding my nose across the wall, and put me in second to last. But it was a fun race.
Yeah, I mean, you're having to hold a bit of a rearguard action between the little group behind you in second, third, fourth, and I think fifth at one point. But you were fighting a good fight there right until the end. So bad luck for obviously what happened at the end there. But again, how have you found the physics changes? Are you going to be adapting to suits, or is it then maybe it's time to look at something else? But glad that you're enjoying it, and I'm hoping that everyone else is as well. Oh, and we've lost the lobby. Can you still hear me on chat though?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can still hear you. The lobby's still up here. It's only you that's dropped out.
Oh, it's only me. Oh, great. It's just me again.
No, it's you, Rob.
It's me. I don't know if that's affected the stream. We'll crack on nonetheless, because we do have, last but by no means least, our mate Simon, Pac-Man, waka waka waka. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
So you obviously started first for race 2, and I think it was race 2. You had your spin at the sort of top, coming on the exit out of that first left-hander, and it looked like you were one of those that got caught out by this new off-track physics change where you just touch the grass and it sends you into oblivion. That's what it looked like to me, but what did it feel like for you?
It was just a cock-up.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to be generous here and say it's more about the change in the game, but no, you're being honest and saying it was your error, was it?
It was.
Oh, fair enough. Is it just where these minis are obviously so light and it's rear-wheel drive, it doesn't take much to lose that back end if you do get it a little bit out of shape?
yeah, like everyone else has been saying, they're very nose heavy, so you get your braking a little bit wrong on one corner.
Yeah.
And it just turns 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And I managed to hold it in check for most of the race, but yeah, it's the errors creep in, as did everyone, and yeah, it started to go sideways.
Well, I must admit, one thing that was good from the commentator's perspective was the amount of times people were drifting around, especially that sweeping left-hander, literally screaming the tyres, smoke pouring off them. It was great to watch. They looked like a lot of fun to just throw around the track, even though they are a bit of a handful in certain sections.
I really enjoy driving the minis.
Good. And that's the main thing. We just said with Klaus, if you're not enjoying it, then you have to wonder why you're here. So it's good to hear that even though you did come last on this occasion, hopefully you are still enjoying it nonetheless.
I'm absolutely loving it. Yes, yeah. Yeah, going back to the guys earlier, I think it was it Klaus said he'd lost 28 pounds in weight. Was that Klaus?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
well done, Klaus.
I've just lost 1,600. So I bought a brand new rig and set up and wheel and everything. So it's the first time I tried that out tonight properly.
Oh, fabulous!
And on manual as well.
Excellent.
So it's been really, really good experience tonight.
What rig did you get in the end? What did you go for?
I've gone for the Amiga Prime.
Very nice.
Jimmy Broadbent, because it was actually on offer, so it's cheaper than the main Prime. With an Logitech RS50 wheel and pedals. Lovely bit of kit.
It is one of those things that you feel like you've arrived when you've got your own proper racing rig set up. Even though, if someone said to you separately, did you know you're going to spend £1,600 to play one game on your PlayStation, pretending to be a racing car driver with wheels and pedals? You're sensible, so I would say, just piss off. What are you talking about? But there is something really fabulous about getting into your racing rig and doing this stuff.
Absolutely. Well, I built my own rig first time round out of PVC plastic.
Oh, nice.
And
proper Blue Peter fashion.
Proper, yeah. And I've done 100,000 miles in it. And I thought finally it's time to trade up and join in with the big boys.
And do you regret your decision?
Absolutely not.
Correct answer, sir. Well done. Well, look, congrats on tonight, mates. Bad luck for the second race in particular, but glad to hear you're enjoying the new rig and the racing still. And we'll see you at the next one.
I've finished with a smile on my face, and thanks to everyone for a really good race tonight.
And that's hopefully all down to the racing. You've not had someone come along and give you a happy ending for other reasons or anything, no?
Hey.
What you do in your own time is your own business. I won't ask any further. Fantastic. Anyway, so that's it for this evening. So thanks to everyone for joining the chats. Fast Ginger in particular, always welcome to see him on the chat and asking some questions and getting involved. We also had Kiki Watt joining as well. So thank you again. And we will be back with you on Thursday, hopefully, for the next round of the Group 3 Championship. And obviously back again for next Monday. Where are we next Monday, Rob?
Bear with me. Let me have a look. I need to put my glasses on and unlock my phone.
Oh, hang on. Let me do it. Let me do it first, and I'll be possibly quicker. I should have really worked it out beforehand.
I've got it. What are we in? Minis. There we are. Round 9 is Miyabi.
Oh, okay. Yep. Just Miyabi, so it's the shorter section, isn't it? Yeah. Well, that's going to be fun in these. That's going to be fun in these minis. Oval.
Yeah, should be good.
Fabulous.
Should be good.
If you've got nothing else to do then next Monday, folks, then please do feel free to join us. And again, if you haven't done so already, please drop a like and subscribe. It means the world to us. And hopefully again next week we will have normal service resumed with Scruffy Toff or Spiffy G and myself running the stream. So all there is left to say is thanks again to everyone for joining on the racing this evening. Cracking stuff as always, gents. And we'll see you next time.
Cheers, Rob.
No worries. Night all.